Time for us to tap in third eye open like the river. I be running thoughts glowing, popping up with idea. Yes, yes, you can tell a friend that I'm Smitty. I'm the Mr. 007. I'm not here to preach the gospel, but I goes in like the reverend. Shoes off when I walk in and keep it chillin' peaceful. I'm the neurotoxins fighting off the disease. Cool and collected, well respected. Save the drama for your mama. Speak your mind, hit the lip, make you chew. Every person in the building come up and tell me what you think. I retired from the streets, now pushing content and chill beats. Gotta keep your head up even when you feel defeats.
I reside on 5th, the level of the stars. Yes, I'm closer to the sun rotation round Mars. I spit bars on my mind, I travel really far. I took my pain and my struggle, then I wrapped it in a bundle. Even when I stumble, I'll remain humble. Till this world's crumbles, I'll be the rumble in the jungle. It took me many, yes, just stages. I flipped the page of my life's novel, chapter 82. This track right here is you. You're a gift and a promise, but if you that new, I grew up very quiet. Me, I stayed the self, then I went away to prison. Now my life up on the shelf, I felt defeated like it's over, but my mind recreated. I contemplated, this my statement. I cracked the ground as I walk on the pavement. Left arm hold my legacy. Phoenix rose the ashes of a father, but this life has a channel that can tap into the heavens. Yes, my name is Mr. 7, but you call me the one golden child of the city. Never looking for your pity or the fussing and the fighting. Got us looking really silly. Come get with me on this travel back into the heartlands. I stand 10 toes down because me, I fear no man. Yes, I colder than ice and I smoother than sand. Why you say that makes no sense? I walk the earth and conquer land. My lyrics are atomic and my flow is supersonic. I got a J and some tonic, not a tissue of the chronic. 43rd chapter of my life, I still got it. My flows of the ocean cause I'm surfing to the beat. Yes, it's Smitty on the corner. You can catch me in the streets. I will give a good word, but do not like to preach. By my head, say a prayer. Thank you for this daily bread. Only get that's dying, cause the life must live. This ain't half of what I got. This all can give respect to you. This how we do. I'm Ghost.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sand from the cloud. They talking mighty now, but I'm just fighting for my blood. Let my life out, yeah. Sent from the heavens, king on sevens, trials on trials, still count blessings. Waiting on the revelating, heart being heavy. I stay patient, I am beyond the angels. I am man, I bleed, untangled. Sword on my back, axe on the strap. Walk with the weight of the world in my lap. Touching my kid, we doubling back. Play with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Ready for that. Lone Star County gives us greatness. Stand tall. Whole county on the way. I just want my acres. You can keep your breath. Build this from the ground for my whole family. PG is greatness. The envy ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Lone Star County Kings, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the lighthouse. This foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Tit in them rotation. Hurt on my chest, but I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need your stage or cameras. I need these papers, landing hammers. Still on my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my bloodline. Holding this land, they can test, they can try, they can hate me. I've been forged in fire, that's what made me. PG rays, Lone Star in my veins. DMV on the map, shading lines. Lone Star County King, that's great. Stand tall. To the lighthouse. This foundation.
My check 1 2. My check 1 2 1 2. Let's go ahead and get this going. I want to talk about something, man. I'm just really up here. Listen, man, let's just go ahead and kick it. I'm gonna just go ahead and give y'all at least something to listen to until other people go live, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and get this started, right? First of all, respect. Welcome back to another episode of Smitty's Corner, aka Lighthouse _301. I appreciate you, whoever you may be, for tapping in and tuning in and listening. Much respect to you. So what I wanted to speak about this morning, and what I'll do is, just in case I don't know who, because I'm probably going to be talking and not pay attention, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this. All right, so hold on. Let me do this real quick. See this. I swear, bro. I've been doing this phone for like a week. You know what? I need to check on my damn keyboard. It's supposed to. I need to check on what I'm getting that hooked up. All right. So here we go. My check 1 2. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's just have a conversation about some things. So this is where I am with my discussion, right? So far in my headspace. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Well, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? How are you? How was your headspace? And how's the day been treating you? Just in case nobody else asked you. My bad about that. All right, now. So if I was to be honest on how I feel today, and I don't know if anybody else has the same feeling, but I don't know, is it just me, or is this life not so draining? I mean, draining. This life, it just is. And it's like you have your aspects of rejuvenation that's incorporated into it, of course. But when you just talking about everyday life, people are energy drainers. And I'm finding myself making my circle smaller and smaller. The older I get, it's getting to the point where I'm not even really focused on being around people like that at this point. You know, it's an old Native American, if you want to call it a proverb, I guess, that speaks about how when you're around people too much, it actually can drain your life force. When you're around nature, it actually rejuvenates your life force. There's something about nature that keeps one rejuvenated. It's something about when we're too crowded in a space. It ain't just that the fact that it gets a little hot. It's the simple fact that people are draining. And I don't mean to wake up this morning sounding like a pet peeve or anything, right? But it is Saturday. But I've really come to that conclusion. So it's like, you know, what's becoming more difficult the more and more I wake up every day is just dealing with folks. I'm talking about in my real life. I ain't even talking about like on these panels and stuff. Like in everyday real life, like I'm finding myself shutting down more and more. And I'm trying to figure out, is that just the process? Like, is it just simply the process of my growth? Is the reason why I be like saying to myself, like, I don't be wanting to be bothered, yo. And I really am like, I'm trying to figure out, where is this coming from? You know, because I'm trying to decipher, right? Like, am I just being salty? Right? Am I just maturing and growing up? Am I just somebody who simply has learned this lesson? Is it a little bit of all of it? I shoot for the latter. You smell me now? I've really noticed and peeped that. Like, I really don't be want like, man, I be ignoring phone calls sometimes. um, I find myself being invited to things and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I don't know what it is about being around a whole bunch of people in this day and I just don't feel it. I ain't feeling it. All that we outside, y'all can keep that shit. You can have that. I shit you not. Mhm. So, boy, I remember, I remember when I was growing up, right? I remember like my folks would tell me, like, you know what, as you get older, all that your friends that y'all gonna die off because I really do come from like that neighborhood and that area. If you're hip to it, like we were deep. I mean deep. Like by this time, what time is it? East Coast, America, East Coast Standard Time, 9:02 a.m. Man, I remember by this time I'm already around like at least 4 or 5 of my homies or my friends. Like we stayed around each other. We stayed doing things with each other, you know? Uh, and then you get older. And as time goes on, friends slowly start to like die out, right? Like that's just a natural process. That's just natural. Like that just happens. But I noticed that in my particular process, I almost what I wasn't like good riddance, but I was like, oh wow, finally, exactly what it is, how I think, how I like to live. And that's more so like secluded. You know, it's a, you know, I was looking up something called cabin fever and a few other syndromes or whatever that possibly could fit into the category. And then I just came to the determination that no, it ain't got nothing to do with any of those things because I still love to be outside. I still love to be active and do things and socialize and communicate with folks and everything else. It's just that I've genuinely come to the conclusion that I am drained of you ninjas. I'm drained. We are in a society nowadays that more people want you to pour into them and the reciprocation doesn't come back. So for me, just to make it clear, it has nothing to do with like being salty, being upset, or anything like that. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It has everything to do with the simple fact of I genuinely am just drained. And so I have to replenish my well. And so I figured that the only way for me to really do that is to replenish myself in seclusion. I talk to who is most important for the most part. Like who hears from me on a regular is who's most important. If you don't hear from me on a regular, it's only because you're just not on that list. And that's for my own personal like well-being of mental health, right? On some if I was to really be honest about it. Right? So then I kind of I kind of wander off into this other point of, well, hence the word, what's the point? I be really wondering that nowadays. If you're a person who's a giver, if you're a person who actually like, I mean, seriously, you give, you're generous and everything. What is the point? I really be wondering that. What's the point of being a good person today? Is it still beneficial? If you're a good person today, and like, what is a good person, Smitty? I mean, identify that, quantify that. Basically, somebody who turns the other cheek, somebody who kind of lets things go, somebody who who is generous, kind, and giving, somebody of servitude, the whole nine, right? So when I look at it from that perspective, all right, so who and what should we be good to nowadays? I mean, really think about that. Who and what should we be good to nowadays? Most of us recognize that when it comes to, let's see, yeah, when it comes to actually putting yourself out there, a lot of times all we do is put ourselves out there and then we get drained, like I was just talking about. And then you leave away from the situation or the circumstance or that circle with the unsatisfactory. You're just not satisfied. Why? Because it's a void there. Because you're not receiving something that you know you should be receiving, which is the reciprocation, which goes back to the draining part. This is why you have to have your outlets. Like you gotta have where you have peace within yourself and you have peace around you, not just in yourself. Because you cannot just have peace in yourself, but then you don't have nothing but chaos that's all around you. Let me see what we got going on right here. Man, shout out to the family, man. What's going on, brother? Hold on. Oh, there we go. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you feeling?
Man, I feel pretty good, bro. I just, I'm up here just kind of kicking it cool and just on some random topic, bro. I don't have no real set point topics on this one.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I like the conversation that you had because it's a real conversation.
What you
That's
what you
it's a
think
real
about
topic.
that, though? Yeah, let me get you in there. What you think about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like feeling drained, bro. Like I feel like people
Hmm.
are draining of my energy. Am I just
Yeah.
being salty?
Nah. Nah. I remember being like that too. I remember being like that too. It was one time that that I was doing a lot for everybody. I still do. I still do a lot for everybody. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Like, if somebody called me today or tomorrow, be like, "Yo, I need help doing this. I need help moving. I need help."
right.
I definitely be there. You know what I'm saying?
It's in your heart.
Um,
Just what you do.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just what I do. You know, but it came a time. It came a time where like I was down bad and I was miserable. But I ain't had nobody to express them that stuff to and be like, yo, I'm going through a slight depression. I'm down and out, and people would call me, talk to me and stuff like that, and I just put on a smile like, hey, everything good, and just knowing like, bro, you should be a you've been around me so long that you should be able to tell if something is bothering me. You know what I'm saying? But no, nobody notice it.
No,
So
no.
I'm
People who know you, real quick, Chop. People who know you, oh yes, they do know that. You want to know what it is? Unfortunately, man, the way life is set up now, it's like everybody got so much going on. It's like I don't have it in me to give to you the compassion that I would want to. I'm gonna be real with you, dog.
hmm
You got so much going on, but see, that's why I say if that's the case, then we all just draining each other. Nobody is, I mean, not saying nobody, but
exactly.
most people are not in a position to help replenish because they don't even have it in them. They only got enough for their tank. I don't have enough to drop you off, dog. I got just enough gas to get home from work tomorrow. You see?
Facts,
Nah,
facts.
but go ahead though. You
And
got the
and
you
like when I was yeah, when I was going through that time, I'm like, dang, bro, like everybody calling me with their problems, and I'm trying to give the best advice and best info I can, and empathize with them, and then you know nobody act like y'all act like y'all don't see me going through this. You know what I'm saying? And it came a point in time where I just shut everybody out. I straight shut everybody out because that's the type of person I am. You know, if I don't had enough, bro, I'll stop talking to everybody. You know, and have no problem with it until I get myself together. And I noticed when I did that, that's when people started coming to me like, "Yo, you all right? You good? I hear from you in the wild and stuff." Like, I gotta get my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And and remember we had that talk on Messenger, and I was telling you like, bro, I can't be a help to somebody if I need help, if I got it, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
So
I do remember that
yeah,
actually. Yeah.
so it's like I had to sit back, get myself the help that I needed to get out of this rut so that I can be a help to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Because now, if I, like you said, if I'm not getting that help and your help and you need me to help you, now all I'm doing is draining myself. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and see that takes me top to where I'm at, and I'd like to hear your take on this part, the second part that I'm on, when it becomes too draining. Now, listen, you can take it to the word if you like, bro. I know your MO. It's all good. You know it's welcomed over here. But I'm wondering, bro. I ask myself sometimes, what is the point? What's the point of still doing for others if it does not come back? What is like? It's like, is it really that I'm being tested by God in the sense of like, nah, just stay resilient in it? Or is it really one of those where like, nah, I'm gonna just sit back and see how long is it going to take for you to learn your lesson? You don't need to be doing that. And that's where I get conflicted because where my heart is, it's like again, cause that's why I know you talking about somebody asked you do whatever. Like I'm all board. Whatever it is I can do, like hell yeah, I got you. I don't care if we gotta get up
Mhm.
early, but I'll be there. I got you. But it's draining. But I don't know. What's your take on that, bro? When I say what's the point?
and true, and okay, and uh, in a sense of looking at it at yourself, there is no point. But if you looking at it from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, and not in first person, but in third person view,
Mhm.
you you now get the understanding that okay, this is not just for that person. It's also for me as well.
Right,
And
right.
on top of that, you know, if we down just to think of Jesus, right? If we was to think about what Jesus had to do, you think he was mentally, physically, and emotionally drained? I would say yes. You know, he at times I'm pretty sure he was mentally, physically, emotionally drained because
Really think? Hold on.
he's giving.
Wait.
Hold
I
on, hold
don't.
on, hold on, hold on.
My.
Because he's giving and he's not getting nothing back in return.
Oh. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So he's giving all he can to these people who don't care about him. He's given everything that he could possibly give to these people, words, wisdom. He even fed people, all that stuff, and he didn't get nothing in return. When he sat at that well, and I'm gonna paraphrase this. He sat at that well, and that lady came to come collect water, and he asked that lady to give him a drink of water, and that lady said that she couldn't do that.
Right.
He
Okay.
then his response to her then was, "Well, if you knew who I was, you would have had no problem giving me that water.
Mm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm.
So in layman's terms, he low key crashed out on him. Like, you must don't know who you talking to. You
Mm-hmm.
must not know who I am.
Right.
Because if you did know who I was, and if you did know who I am, you wouldn't even hesitate to give me that water. You would just give it to me. But see, I'm in a position that what I can give you is greater than what I just asked for. So the thing is, yes, it's mentally, emotionally draining to give people stuff and to always look out for people. But the reward at the end of that is greater than what you just did for that person. And
Mm.
it reminds me of now that I'm thinking about it and I'm saying this, it reminds me of the forgiven parable, the unforgiven servant parable. I told you this before. The lead to the parable was that Peter asked Jesus, why, I mean, how many times should I forgive my brother for sinning against me? And he asked him 7 times. And Jesus replied to him was I don't say 7 times, I say 70 times 7.
Huh.
So if somebody did something to you and you do something back, yes, that's a reward to you, because now you just fed your pride and your ego, and now you feel like, yeah, I got my get back.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that's a micro spec of a reward that you can get. That was just pleasing to you, which is going to fade away. The forgiving part and the acknowledgement that, yeah, you sinned against me, you offended me or whatever, but I forgive you for that. Now the punishment that he is going to receive from the higher power, from the spirit, is going to be greater than what you could have ever did to him to get back. Because now he got to go self-reflect on what he just did. And that's going to kill his pride, his spirit, and all that stuff. And then he's going to come back to you with humility and be remorseful about it. Because now he understands that what he did, it didn't really affect you, but it affected him more than it affected you.
My bad. My bad.
You good?
See, no, yeah. My sister had stopped by. I ain't even like what the hell. All right, so hold on. So I got you on that one. I got you on that one. Nah, I definitely agree with that. But while I got you, right, it's something I've been wanting to talk to you about, because I know that you hip like I'm hip and we come from the same era, right? All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, bet. So look, I'm about to switch it up. We about to take it somewhere else real quick. Like I said, we up here just kicking the shit and just, cooling it, right? I
Mhm.
am actually really fascinated as to why, when it comes to this T.I. 50 Cent beef. You know what's being said? What's being said is that if they actually, well, people say that 50 is first of all far superior. What's your take on that?
It all depends on yeah, it all depends on what we're talking about. If we're
Oh,
talking if we're
so they
talking about
real quick. So I got you. They
Mhm.
say if they was to have a versus, 50 would crush T.I. on Get Rich or Die Trying alone, let alone if he added Massacre.
All right, I it would definitely be a good battle, and not taken away from Ti, but I could honestly say, like if you put Get Rich or Die Trying, if you
Yeah.
could put The Massacre, if you could put the G Unit album on there, um, geez, if you can put
No.
some of the songs on.
Anything that's been featured on. No. You're allowed to use anything you were even featured on. If you can use a verse.
Oh man, oh
This
man, yeah, yeah.
really?
Well, see, I would, like I said, it would be a good battle because Ti is definitely going to give 50 Cent a run for his money because I remember it was a time Ti took over and it was a time that 50 Cent and G Unit took over. So and they both had they both kind of had the similar time of their takeover. That like their time of takeover was similar. Cause I
Mm.
remember you couldn't do nothing without hearing the G Unit song, and I remember you couldn't do nothing without hearing Ti.
Well, there's
So
listen. This is what's being said. It killed me. Shout out to AM. I was talking to Angry Man yesterday, and he
mhm.
talking. Ti's never had a wave. Like, get out of here.
Nah, Ti definitely had a wave.
He had a
Ti,
wave. Not going
yeah,
to do.
he definitely had a wave. Yeah, man. He had he had at least 2 to 3 summers, bro. I ain't even gonna cap.
Run, bro. About from what was that? Not even I'm serious because that was slept on. But even if you thought,
Yeah.
what was that? The jump with motivation on it. Trap music, I think it was called.
Uh-huh.
And then King album, like he got quite a few bangers, bruh. That
And we forgetting about T.I. versus Tip. That like
no,
he had some bangers on that one too.
Okay.
T.I. versus Tip. That jump right there smacked something hot, heavy. And I don't know why they're acting like people talking like I guess because 50 is more YouTube. Internet savvy. Like he just going. It's a landslide.
Mhm.
Like no,
Nah, it's not a landslide.
I got you.
But
You in there. I got you. We ask you next after.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a landslide. I ain't gonna say like 50 is gonna 3-0 this guy like in like battle rap terms. I ain't gonna say that. But
Right.
what I'm gonna say is see, and this is what people are forgetting. Is depending on how you place your track selection.
Ooh, I like how you said that because when we used to make mixtapes on the low, it's a way we will organize them bad boys if you really look off that music. I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
I know.
So like depending on how the track selection is laid out, it determines how good you're gonna do in this verses because you can put some songs on there that people don't even really like and because you know it was a hit at that time, like people probably didn't really gravitate to that song like that. So because we see that with a lot of singles, like a lot of singles usually take off. You know, that's the welcome to this album. And then when you get the album, the single is at the front, and then you got 5 or 6 tracks that's mediocre until you get to the one that you really like. So it all depends on how you set your playlist.
Okay, that's interesting.
So everybody, welcome to the stage. Riaz, thank you for joining.
Shout out Riaz.
Thanks, bro. I was gonna say
Yes.
Oh wait, whatever. I got to the topic. I feel like I'm gonna say I'm 50 though, bro. I love 50. I mean, look, I like TR2 in a way, but if I had to be real, though, I like 50 more than my opinion. Though. But so, anyway,
Yes.
Wait, can I say one more thing quickly and then I'll let you speak? I was gonna say the thing I won't forgive T.I. though is he nearly ruined a UK rapper career though. Chip. He signed a UK artist named Chip basically though, and he made Chip though rap in a fake accent though, and rap slower though basically. Okay, yeah, he signed him and he gave him a co-sign and Chip had his time in America. I'll give him that though. He did some positive. But Chip's career was nearly ruined to the point Chip looked himself in the mirror and said, "No, I'm going back home because I'm forgetting who I am." So Chip came home a legend, though, and he went back to his roots. He went to his grime roots, though, basically, and from there he had to literally revive his career in the grime scene.
So let me ask you this, Riaz. AC, I don't know if I officially got your answer. If they were to have a battle and you put $1,000 on it, what are your money on?
Okay, since I don't gamble, but if I had to if I had to choose between the one, if they had a battle, I'm going 50, bro. Because look, 50 mixtapes, though, bro. Literally. Not just albums, though. He had the mixtape game unlocked, though.
You got AC.
I don't bet against 50. It's certain people I just don't bet against. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, I'm gonna go with 50. I'm gonna go with 50 any day of the week, bro. Cause yeah, I grew. You gotta remember though, I didn't grow up under Ti. You know what I mean? I grew up under 50
me
Cent.
too.
So
Wait, I was gonna say to you though, bro, I grew up on 52 more than T.I. Yeah, I listened to T.I. though a few times though, but
yeah,
I grew up on 50 always though, bro. Literally, 50 is loved in the UK though. Literally, he is loved here though. Literally though, when 50 was on tour, he literally brought out a UK legend. He brought gigs out on a tour though. When he did that final lap tour, right? He came to the UK on that tour though, right? He brought out a UK legend though to the tour.
Okay.
Literally, Gigs performed that song. The
I,
UK national anthem is called "Talking the Hardest."
I'm gonna be real with you, Riaz. I'm with you, but I think we really sleeping on Tipsy. I don't know. Um, I think we sleeping on how vicious Ti is because we're talking about verses. And for some
hmm
reason, everybody wants to bring up how successful 50 is and how well he controlling, like that's supposed to like correlate into like a battle. No, it
right.
okay, and it doesn't.
Oh
So
no, trust me,
Yeah,
I'm not sleeping on Tip. Tip had
I'm
bangers,
not
bro.
either.
Front,
man, yeah,
back, side to
I'm not.
side. That boy had some hits, bro. Like
Yeah.
I never sleep on Tip. I'm just saying from just me. I'm speaking of my opinion.
right.
My opinion is not gonna be a clean sweep. 50 is not just gonna, like I said, just wipe the floors with them. But what I'm saying is I grew up under 50 Cent. So a lot of the songs that 50 plays, I'm a enjoy a lot of the songs 50 plays because he's just the guy that I used to listen to often. Like
Mm.
I remember being 17, daggone playing 50 for my mama. My mama was like, "What is this?" I'm like, this get Richard Dye trying. And she like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, Ma, he's gonna be the next one. I remember telling her that, bro. I put that joint in the radio
That
while
I
she was
do.
sitting right there.
Okay, I'm gonna say this though too. Though I won't sleep on Tip neither. Though, yeah, he got hits. Though I'll give you that. Yes, he has his own legacy too. I'll give you that. But also the thing is, though, I grew up on 50. I listened to 50 songs, not just that only lyrically though. like, in my teenage years, though. I grew up in 50 and stuff like that. I know I'm too young to remember that because I was born in 2001, but I do go back and listen. I'm different from my generation, though, bro. I like both, but at the same time, I'm going with 50. The thing I won't forgive T.I. for, he nearly ruined, a UK artist career. I know he signed him, though, and yes, positives came out, but he nearly ruined his career, and literally that guy that he signed literally decided to go home and literally had to reinvent himself again.
I mean, I understand the whole going home and everything, Riaz. We talking about if they was really to do a versus and they went down a catalog, I do believe that T.I. definitely has more
Yeah.
than bangers to keep up with 50. I don't know why people are talking like, this is 50 cents going up against one hop, slide to the right. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all tripping. Like,
Yeah.
T.I. definitely
You
has
got hits, though.
five.
I'll give you it. I won't
But
deny that, bro.
like I was saying though, Smitty, we gotta think about song placement too. So you only get a handful of songs. Ain't like we going through his whole catalog. You only get a handful of songs to pick, and you gotta place those songs in a strategic order that the people is gonna agree with. So it'll be it'll be it'll be uh it'll
I
be crazy if you play a kind of like a girly song right at the 50 came out with clickety clank, clickety
right,
clank. The money
right,
goes into
right,
my piggy
right.
bank.
I was
And
gonna say, though, bro.
then T.I. come out with and you can have whatever you like. That ain't gonna hit. That ain't gonna hit. Mm-hmm. You still there, Chop? Mic check 1 2. Can y'all
Yeah,
hear?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
yeah, I hear
I'm
you.
here. I'm,
I hear
I'm at
you.
Home
I'm still
Depot
here.
refilling
I'm
these
still
waters.
here.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, no. You good. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about though. But
Okay. Yeah,
um
sorry, no, actually, though. I hear you, though. I get you on that, though, bro.
mm-hmm. So
I
it's like,
get you. Just the thing is, though, right? The reason why I just brought that up, yeah, that's just the only reason, though, why I won't forgive T.I. on that. But other than that, though, I'm not gonna, okay, I won't sleep on that neither, though. I'll keep that real too, though. It's just that.
mhm.
Wait, do you think though basically though it was T.I.'s mistake? I feel like T.I. could have basically done better with Chip. He could have just let Chip be himself though, let him rap in his own accent. Of course, he did few times, but he should have just let Chip rap in his own accent because Chip is known as a lyricist though.
Oh, see, that's basically where I am with it, Riaz, is that both of them, like 50 got bars. I don't take from that. I'm not even saying T.I. is gonna crush 50. I don't matter of fact, I wouldn't say that. I'm just simply saying I don't know why people are acting like T.I. like would be able to put a candle next to him or something. Like that's crazy. To me,
Right.
a man catalog is phenomenal. And you gotta
Yeah,
give what credit's due.
of
Especially from
course.
a down south rapper where generally the lyrical aspect of things, we all know that usually comes from more East Coast up north. Down south is more so kind of like party, do a dance to this track type of. But nah, you got some folks like Wayne, shit, Currency, lyrical is I don't know what. He from New Orleans. You got quite a few people. T.I., Outkast. We can go to Killer Mike. We can go down the list of folks that I know that's from down south. Scarface. Even I even give it to Face. You know.
I feel you though. Yeah. Yeah, but 50 Cent mixtape song, the one that I like, one of my favorite 50 Cent mixtape songs is the Guns for Sale, though.
Got you on that one. Got you on that
Yeah,
one.
I like the Guns for Sale.
So I want to move it along, right, to this like next little jump, whatever. See what we got, and I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for as long as you can. So This is what I'm curious about too when I'm thinking about life. So just moving into another topic, like so apparently there's this war going on in Iran, so on and so forth. And I'm curious, like, should we be concerned? What you think, Chop, first, since you here on the home front, and I'll ask you next, Riaz. But like, you know what I'm saying? Should we be concerned, bruh, that like we're going to war with like Mexico, Venezuela? You know what I'm saying? All these places, like he's just dropping bombs, like bombs never been dropped before. Should we
Yeah,
be concerned about that, bruh? Because I don't be keeping
we should
politics.
be. My fault.
No,
We
you good?
we
Quick.
we should be concerned. We should be concerned with anything that happens. Uh, that is out of our will. So, I'm saying that because
Out of
you
our will
know,
control.
yeah, out of our exactly,
Okay.
yeah, because we don't sign up for wars. Wars just happen. It ain't like we the people was like, yeah, you know what? Let's all go to war with this person. No, I don't think that's how you know a lot of us think.
I
You
see.
have some,
Government chooses that for us. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
I see.
yeah. So yeah, we should definitely be concerned. And this is why prep is prep. This is why we prep. This is why we go to the stores and get all these waters and have emergency rations and stuff like that. Because if you get cut off from society and there is no markets to go to, how do you survive?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, yeah. Everybody should have. If you ain't got no fear of what's going on, then you dumb. Yeah, you dumb. You live in a you live in you're playing a dangerous game with your life. So
Mm.
yeah,
So I mean,
that's my stand on it.
like how possibly can we have like I mean, look, this is what I've peeped. I peeped a lot of Americans are just really running around rampant and scared, and I believe fear is being pumped into the minds of the citizens. And so I've been trying to just kind of get a good gauge and figure out how possibly could we go ahead and change that narrative in some form or fashion. Do we like
Uh,
change the news or stop watching it?
nah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the news. You gotta stay informed. But
That's like,
but it's not the point of being scared. It's the point of all right. So the Bible says um fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. Fear not in the sense of being scared. Fear in the sense of acknowledgement. A state of awe. Um, knowing that it's something greater than you. So this is how you gotta. This is what I mean by having the fear, knowing that it's something greater than you out there. You know what I'm saying? Recognizing that you are not in control of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a sense of being scared. It's more a sense of acknowledgement of what's going on.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right.
that's all.
So you think we should just be more like in touch with what's going on? But like, all right, so now this is my thing though, Chop. And Riaz, you can get in here too at some like
That's
my
kind of sick. So,
whole thing, Chop, is that I don't believe that most people are prepared for when shit hits the fan. And I think the biggest issue that we have, more so than being concerned about who we go bomb, I think a lot of us need to be more concerned about do you know what to do if shit was to hit the fan on our home front? We've been way too comfortable a long time. And
Right.
that's what I'm more concerned about. Like, and I'm talking about even myself. When you talking about like truly what people on the other side of the fence go through, in comparison to us, I really be wondering that how many of us are truly actually ready. Like if shit hit the fan, it's war on the streets. You got to be curfews and all of that. You got to literally look out for opposition on your streets of another country.
I'm I'm gonna tell you this, right? They did a breakdown, right? And they
Yeah,
said if the grid goes down, that means if the grid goes down, there is no electricity, there is no water flowing, there is no markets, none of that stuff. If the grid was to go down in the first 90 days, half of America, probably more than half of America will cease to exist in the first 90 days.
in the first 90 days.
Yes. That means we ain't even make it to a year.
Why is you
So
talking
within the
about purge shit?
people, first of
Like
all, if the
purge.
grid goes down, yeah, if the grid goes down and there is no food, no nothing around, bruh,
No,
people
911.
gonna 911, yeah, people gonna start killing each other for supplies. That's a that's a that's half the population right there gonna be feeding off each other.
Okay.
What you got, Riaz, real quick?
Well, I think like when you say about the new thing, no, I think we should just moderate it though, because when you overconsume it though, bro. Trust me, I know from personal experience. I used to keep up with the news a lot though, and it actually took a lot out of me. Literally depressed me as well though, because when you have to constantly see what goes on, makes you worry so much, so to the point of mentally it affects you. So you should actually moderate it as well. I guess though as well though. I guess there's a difference between worrying and concern. Yes, you have valid concern about so though you got that type thing. But also the
Huh?
thing is though as well though, bro, whatever happens to you will happen to me later though, because and technically in a way, we're technically connected in a way. It's just that it may not happen at the moment when it happens to you, but it will happen to me in the long, long term future.
Okay. All right. No, I appreciate you for saying that. But I mean, that's listen.
Because that's
My,
why it's like consent. That's why I always check in or whoever goes over there because I know that I observe not just here, I observe UK too. I observed in my heritage land what goes over there. The reason I have to check in no is because I actually want to see though how will it affect me in long term and how to feel it.
I got
I
you.
know.
I just hit you on a mute chop just because your background. It's a lot of noise going on. That's all. You can
Okay.
come whenever you got something to say, bro. All right, but look though, this is my thing, right? Uh, my whole thing with my whole thing with like what we got going on right now when it comes to war, when it comes to all of that, I'm honestly getting closer and closer to the mind state of preppers. And I'm starting to recognize how important it is to have a nice little stock load of guns, how important it is to actually have something called a cellar, how important it is to have things like just for backup, period. Because I mean, it really is chaos that's going on around us. And a lot of people, like we really truly are, most people, I'm talking about not just America, just it's also other parts of the world. Folks are comfortable. They may
Yeah.
have a little something here and there happen, but most people are comfortable. And I'm telling you, and I believe that there's a certain amount of keep us to lie dormant so that when shit hit the fan, most people really don't know what to do.
You know what's crazy though, Smitty? Mhm.
What?
If you go back, if you go back to my channel and you watch my fault, I put my seatbelt on.
Good.
Uh,
You-
and you go watch uh that whole year. We did a segment called the survival games, right?
Is that the one
And
you was on the live and you was doing the robots, the AI military stuff?
yeah, we was covering a whole bunch of stuff, bruh.
Yeah, I remember that.
If you go watch those earlier episodes and stuff, bro, we was telling y'all about prepping. We was telling y'all about stuff when it hits the fan. We was talking about, everything that they talk about now. Oh, the jab got nanobites in it, and it's microchips, and bro, bro. That's why I be sitting back laughing now, because last year, the end of 2004 to the 2005, mid 2005, bro, we talked about all of that stuff, bro. Me and B talked about all of that stuff, bro.
Shout out
and
to
and and what like different things to get, like power banks, and the dry foods, and bro, we went on a roll, bro. Shout out to B, bro, because we really did our 1-2 on that survival game segment, and everything that we were speaking about then is like starting to come to play now, and people are looking at it like, oh yeah, we gotta prep. It's like, bro, we've been telling y'all this. we, we've been telling y'all this, bro. Where y'all been at?
man.
but like you said though,
Yeah,
it
they've been at the All-Star games and shit, and things that really, at the end of the day, I mean, doesn't
yeah, it
matter.
really didn't matter.
They,
Exactly. And you're right though. Like, listen, if you go to the market,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't hurt to get what you need to get, but grab 5 cans of some potatoes, or 5 bags of dried rice. You know what I'm saying? Not Uncle Ben's in the box. I'm talking about the bag dried rice that sits in the international sections and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt to grab these things, because when you do grab these things, that's called shelf food. That's called food that you can sit on your shelf and have it for 5 years. It
Mm.
doesn't, yeah, like it doesn't go bad because it's nothing's happening with it. Um, it doesn't hurt to grab cans of potatoes, cans of beans, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like canned vegetables and stuff like that. Sometimes those have expiration dates, but when you look at the expiration dates, it might be 2-3 years, maybe even 4 years.
Right.
So it doesn't hurt to grab these things, put them on your shelf, and just hold it, because we never know. Bruh, we did a segment about how many times America gets hacked. You will be surprised how many times America gets hacked. Mind you, we not on no special grid the way as though, yeah, I mean, we're just unhackable or nothing like that. No, we're on a standard grid. Anybody can hack it, bro. Anybody. If you look at how many times we've been hacked, bro, one of those joys said we done got hacked 100 times in a day.
Wow.
Yes. So the right person being able to shut down a water grid, bruh, that's gonna cause a major calamity, bro. Shutting down water, and they can't even get that joint back up in like a couple months. Oh yeah, it'll be down for 3 months. What? People don't even have 3 months worth of water in their house. I I carry
I
I
stay
carry
this. I
10.
like about 8 30-pack cases, the bottles and shit. I got like it's just stacked up. Like that's and
Yeah,
gallon. I don't
yeah,
know, 3 months. Oof. And then you gotta think it ain't to see if the water's out. It's not just for drinking. You talking about bathing.
yeah. You talking about bathing, cooking, all types of stuff, bruh.
Yeah,
When
man.
when the mind you, when the water's out, you can't flush your toilet.
That too. You gotta
So
go hide like the Asians.
yeah, so it's like with all that stuff happening, if that was the major thing, that's why I said a lot of people, more than half of the United States will be dead within the first 90 days
Mm,
because a lot of people don't have 50 gallons of water in their house.
right.
They may have 2, 3 gallons, but they don't have 50 gallons. They don't have 100 gallons. They don't have 20 gallons.
Mm, I get you on that. Last,
Yeah, so it's crucial. It's crucial for us to sacrifice certain things in order to have something in the future, just in case stuff goes down and we can't get to it. I played a video on when the water had it was like bad, and people, and they was like, oh, you can't drink the water, you gotta bathe, don't bathe or drink the water, you gotta go out and get water. Bruh, I played a video on the people fighting and all that stuff over water in the market. The lady said, I seen these people around all that water. I was scared to go get it. She
oh,
said she was scared to go get it. That's gonna be the and then she had to go, not only that, she had to drive to a whole nother part of town. So we talked about 2, 3 hour drive.
mm-hmm.
Wow. That is interesting. I was gonna say though, bro, in my home, right? I've got a water filter in my home. I got literally I got a virgin purifier in my home, right? Literally though, if I get filtered water as well, I also do have the tap water as well. There's a period of time though, bro, where I couldn't drink out of the taps though, because in the UK there's somewhere though where they had this virus going around. Literally, they said literally my family said, don't drink out the taps, drink out the water filter. So we've been using the water filter to drink that. But yeah, sometimes we might use the tap if to drink and stuff, but not to we just mostly use it to clean it. Other than that though, drink sometimes though. Mostly though, it's virgin purifying water though, we drink that.
Okay. So
Yes, I got a filter.
I want to ask you a question, Riaz,
Sure.
as we move on to the final topic before we get up out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. So this should go ahead and cap off the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I want to ask you a series of questions because yeah, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, Riaz. The only thing
Okay.
I want you to give me is yes or no. Okay, no elaboration just yet. At the end of them all, you can go ahead and give me a little elaboration. Be calm and slow with your speech when you do it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to name some games because where I'm at now with this point, fellas, is will kids ever get back to truly being kids, or does society not permit it? All right. So what I remember is that, once upon a time, children definitely used to truly be children. So I'm going to go down a list of games, and I want to name these games, Riaz, because you come from another place than we do, and I want to know how many of these games do you actually know, and did you actually play where you're from? First one is red light, green light.
Red light, green light. No.
Okay. Dodgeball,
Yes.
kickball,
Kickball, yes.
taps.
Taps, what's that?
Never mind. 33.
33. I don't know.
Okay. Freeze tag,
Freeze tag, yes.
hopscotch,
Yes.
red rover,
Red Rover, I don't know.
hide and go seek.
Yes.
Okay. And bike race, as in when y'all all get on your bikes in the neighborhood and you race.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So you are familiar with some. Okay. He said
Yeah.
tap. What's that? But my point, so I don't know. You know what? Chop. How many of those you remember?
Yeah,
All of them
I'm
except
sorry.
for 33.
Hold on. What? You don't remember? Listen, when you go to the court, basketball court, and all y'all play single, and you play 33, a game of 33.
Oh, wait, when you meant by 33, that. Oh,
Nah, we
sorry.
played 50.
To the basketball court, man. It's a game of 33. You gotta
Oh, wait, now I remember though. Yeah.
all
Sorry,
right.
no, in that time, no, sorry, in that time, when you asked the question, I wasn't familiar with what you were saying, but when you actually explained what it was, now it makes sense, though. Actually, yes, I do remember playing a game like that.
Yeah, you get to go to the line, you get to shoot. If you make you get to make up the three free throws and all of that. And it's everybody against themselves. It's a game of 33. I'm surprised that
Nah,
Oh,
I
you
only
don't
no,
remember
sorry,
50.
sorry, no, it's the context you explained it though. First time when you asked the question, it went over my head for a moment, but when you explained it, then it made more sense to me, though.
so this is where I am with it as far as the playing outside. Do you think that childhood will ever revert back to what it once was as far as kids? Everything I named was something that's absolutely interactive. Like, do you think things will ever be able to get back to that point in any form or fashion?
I think I like to hope so, but no, I don't think so because of, everyone else is different though. And I guess though, it's also safety wise too though, bruh. And your time, my time, it was easier to do that outside now. But nowadays also though, you have to take into effect the safety as well outside though, bruh. When I was younger though, bruh, I did have a similar upbringing to you. The only thing is, though, mine was more of a hybrid type of thing. I was in and out of the house basically, and I did play and stuff. Of course, I stayed in the house a lot, but I did go out. When I lived in Saudi 7, 8 years, of course, I went out with my friends and I played outside with them too. So, and also I did bring my friends to my home as well, and we played together there too. So, it's kind of similar with you, and just a little different, but similar.
Hmm. Yeah, because basically how I'm asking, will kids ever get back to being kids? Like, I just remembered the point where, you know what I'm saying? I believe that the awkwardness, the lack of work ethic, and everything else comes from the fact that they also simply just don't play how we used to. Literally, when we played, like, we used to build stuff, forts, and all kinds of things. And I'm saying it took imagination and it took a lot of structure. It took teamwork. It took a whole bunch of uh uh
Yeah.
real real life skills that when you get older,
Oh yeah.
recognize
I
how.
remember the toys as well. The Lego toys as well. I remember playing with that. When I was a kid, though, I was very hyper imaginative all the time, though. Literally hyper imaginative. Sometimes, though, bruh, I do speak. I pretend in my own head that I do that too. I was very hyper imaginative growing up. Literally, other people had to get me not like basically not be hyper imaginative, but they just tell me though, look, you have to understand though, what's reality and stuff like that though sometimes though. Because sometimes I'm too imaginative though. That's what my problem was. Like I was over it though. There's a limit, but I was over it. Like I was too high. I was too much in my head.
Nah, I ain't mad at you about that one. I ain't mad at you. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was just wondering about that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to.
Wait, do you think kids will be kids though? Yeah, but if they're allowed to be, some people though, like the way you and me grew up though, we were very fortunate though to have those circumstances. Some people don't have them circumstances. Some people had to learn how to grow up really quickly, like bruh. I'm also just, seeing it in an empath way though. Because think about it this way. I grew up in a two-parent home, financially stable. I had everything though, bruh. Literally though, both my mother and my father at home, you know, and everything. And they found a way to support me with the needs and everything. No, bruh, I'm very fortunate to have everything though too. And also the family members though to step in to help me. So the way I was raised though, bruh, I'm very fortunate. But then some people aren't so fortunate in those cases and had to grow up really quick.
Yeah. Nah, I get you on that one. Chop, what you got for it? What you got for it, bruh?
Yeah, yeah. Riaz took what I was just ready to say. Um, if we allow them to, if we allow them to be kids, because a lot of times, you know, people are having kids for the wrong reason, and people just are absent and are absent themselves on how to be kids. So they put their self. A lot of people put their self down on the kid's level,
Right.
which doesn't allow the kid to understand the hierarchy and actually being the being submissive to the hierarchy, being the kid. So if you allow that kid to be what they are, which means, you're not telling them, oh, you're the man of the house now, and uh you gotta provide, and like different little things. Like it's cool, like my child understands money
Right.
because we let her go work with my wife's father and stuff like that. But with her going to work with her father, we also told her how to manage her money. Hey, just because you're getting that money, don't mean you're ready to spend all that money up all at one time.
Right.
Put something up, get something out, and whatever you put up and whatever you get out, you use the money that you take out, and everything else put up, and we'll put it in a bank account for you. We set her up certain certain things. So when she started getting money, she would take half her money, she'll put it up, and then take the other half, and she wouldn't even buy stuff right then and there. She would let the money that she take out build up so she could go buy whatever she want to buy. My bruh, the child put money up, saved money, and she bought 3 bags for $100. This is her budgeting her money because she understood how to manage her money, because we're teaching her money management, that you don't just blow all your money when you get it. So
Yeah, I feel you on that though,
that
bruh. 'Cause look, I had stuff set up for me though. Of course, I did spend those though, but then also though, when I started to realize as well, the thing I'm doing now though, bruh. Basically, ever since though, basically I started doing this thing that I'm doing now though, bruh. I'm actually, sometimes though, I'm actually really cautious of how to, if I got a lot of money, I'm not gonna spend a lot of it. I spend it here and there. I rarely spend my money right now. Sometimes what I do though, I'd let other people spend their money on me. Literally, sometimes though, when I go outside, sometimes I'd either let my parent I know I'm 24 and I have my own money and everything. I let my dad though, pay for me, or my mom, or sometimes I let my own sister pay for me though. Literally, I can pay for myself, and I can pay for myself. Just sometimes though, they insist. So they say, okay, they insist they want to pay for me. I'm like, okay, go ahead though.
I got you on that.
yeah
So I got you on that.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So yeah,
sometimes
I
I
think
spend it, but then also budget it too. So I feel you on what you're saying though, bruh.
I got
yeah. So I'm
you.
not saying, like, in this society now, like, kids can still be kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids can still be kids. It's all on the parents, on if they want their kids to be kids, or if they want their kids to grow up fast. You know what I'm saying? We tend to let our kids uh be more mature than what they are, and you know but without letting them experience certain things and stuff like that. We want to rush them through life, And as soon as they turn 18, all right, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta get out my house now. I raised y'all till y'all was 18. Now you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a
so yeah, it's if you let them be a kid or not. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I get you on that one. Absolutely. But what's up? Let's go ahead and start with you, Riaz. What's your final words on this one?
And okay, my final word though, my final thought is this is a good stream, good topics, though we had a good conversation though. And basically to everybody though here though on the replay, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, share, and connect to the host though. Then connect to me and everybody else here who's the creator, support us though. And pretty much yeah.
Respect,
Uh,
respect to that. Thank you, Riaz. I appreciate you. What you got? What's your final thoughts on the topics today, man? Oh, and you never told me, bro. Who you got, real quick? I mean, if it was to be a versus Ti 50, who'd you say again?
I'm gonna go with 50 though. It's not just like it's not me being biased. I like Ti too in a way, but I'm choosing 50 because if you have to compare the catalog, yes, Ti has a good catalog. 50 got a good catalog, but I feel like though when it comes to, I'm gonna choose 50 though, bruh. Just
Riaz,
that's it.
Riaz. I was asking Chop. I mean, I ain't trying
Oh,
to.
sorry, my bad though. You didn't specify.
Yeah, nah, but who'd you say, Chop?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with Riaz. I'm going with 50.
Wow. Okay, but yeah, no,
I can't, I can't. That's my guy, bro. I gotta support my guy. I don't care if he win, lose, or draw, bro. I gotta support him.
I'm mad at. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. And definitely, man, look, I appreciate y'all coming through. I just like to go ahead, kick it and cool it with my folks every once in a while, man. Just pull up something. We can just go ahead, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, chop. you know,
I was gonna ask you this. What do you think of the diss track though that was on 50, the Paps diss track on 50?
what do I think about Papooses diss track?
This, yeah, like basically everyone's heard it though. What do you think of it? Like when you listen to it?
Mm, I believe that it was masterful, but it's not going to hit on anything too tough simply because of people really go by the clout now. And so 50 got so much clout going on. It's basically kind of like the when Nas went against Jay-Z and he did Ether. And you had a lot of people that still was like, nah, Jay-Z did that on Takeover. Like, no, he didn't. That was nowhere near what Ether did. Okay. But
Yeah.
you're really a Jay fan, and he was more influential. He was on a higher status. He had Rock Nation. So you still had people that was rocking out with him on that. So that's just where I am with it. But when you talk about like bar for bar and lyrics and everything, yeah.
Okay, yeah, bar for bar lyrically though, he was hard though. He went in hard though, bruh. Like, he did his homework and stuff. Lyrically though, I agree with you on that. But it's
Yeah.
also though, is it also to you though as well? The disses and the references though that he was saying about 50s, the stuff that 50s had before. Like, other people have said, the same things though, to him before in his prime though. It's not, is that what you mean? Like, the disses he was saying, it's just, been said before, right?
Yes, yes, that's primarily where I am with it for the most part. Yes, yeah.
Okay. I get you on that though as well
and
though, bro.
and the key factor is Pat Poose has a selective fan base. So like people are not really checking for Pat Poose and his music.
Right.
We like
Yeah.
Pat Poose because we know he's a lyrical artist and stuff, but we don't check for Pat Poose. So
Yeah.
a
Same
lot of
here.
a lot of his a lot of that stuff that he may do or the disc may fall on deaf ears because ain't nobody really checking for him. So
Oh, okay, that makes sense though. So I get you on
yeah,
what you're saying. So basically though, he has a niche fan base. He's more of the underground though. So like this is though basically if you had to compare the both 50s on a higher level though, basically, and with Pap as well. So yeah, he went in lyrically hard and people like him in a way, but at the same time though, his music is like for a niche fan base though, right? He's got like
hmm
he's very niche though, like basically underground type of level. If
yeah,
you
No,
had to compare though.
not really underground. It just is because we know Pat Poose it can easily be a mainstream artist. It's just
But
that
he
it just
chooses not to.
yeah, he chooses not to, and he's so like he's very um he doesn't really put himself out there like that. So
Okay. I
yeah,
agree with you though. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm with you on the same thing. I just wanted to, get your thoughts on that though as well, because everyone else was talking about it. So I wanted to actually get to know what you actually wanted to think, what you think about it too though. Because yeah, I kind of feel you on that though. I'm the same way too though, bruh.
yeah, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be there for that hot moment, and then it's gonna fade out.
Wait, but is it also though he's just mostly known for his stuff outside of music too, though in a way? Of course, though. I mean, I don't know though, bruh. Uh, I don't know, man. But okay. Anyways, that's a good stream though, and pretty much we're done here, I guess.
I appreciate y'all for coming up, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know how we do. We gonna rock out to some tunes on the way out the door. Shout out to the family. I digress. My mic is muted. Chop, thank you for coming up again, bro. You have a great weekend.
All right, you do the same.
All right, now let's get it.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sand from the cloud. They talking mighty now, but I'm just fighting for my blood. Let my life out, yeah. Sand from Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sent from the cloud. They talking mine now, but I'm just fighting for my blood and my life. Yeah, yeah. Sent from the heaven, king on seven, trials on trials, still count blessings. Wait on the revelating, heart in heaven. I stay patient, I'm beyond the angels. I am mad, I bleed, I'm tangled. Sword on my back, axe on the strap. Go with the weight of the word in my lap. Touching my king, we doubling back. Pray with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Long Star County King in that greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acre, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is great and the DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Long Star County King, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Till then I'm in rotation. Hurting my chases, but I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need your stage or camera. I need these papers, hand and hammer. Still in my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my bloodline, holding this land. They can test, they can try, they can hate me. I've been forging a fire that will make me PG Ray. Lone Star in my vein. DMV on the map, say the name. Lone Star County Kings, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acres, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Don't talk who they can, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation.
mistaken for frustration, but really I'm a guy who sat back with observation and patience. Some of our thinking is outdated. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. Thank you. Come again, and while you're gone, tell a friend, Smitty, yes, we heard you. Now go and smash the like button like a burger. Information I recruited at Douglas. My mic is muted, Mr. 7, I'm ghost. Mistaken for frustration, but really I'm a guy who sat back with observation and patience. Some of our thinking is outdated. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. Thank you, come imagine. And while you gone, tell a friend, Smitty, yes, we heard you. Now go and smash the like button like a burger. Information I recruited, I got grass, my mic is muted. Mr. 7, I'm ghost.